Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn how to maintain coherence and unity in a paragraph. Every paragraph must have a single focus. That means all the supporting sentences in a paragraph must relate to the main idea in the topic sentence. When all the sentences support the main idea, the paragraph has unity. When there is a sentence that does not support the main idea, it is called an irrelevant sentence. Read the paragraph below. Try to find the irrelevant sentences. Witten River is a very famous place in Canada. Here's a picture of it. Now let's look at the paragraph again. The bold sentences in the paragraph are irrelevant because they do not give further details about the amazing features of the place. Instead, they tell about the writer's experiences related to that place. Let's look at the first one. Our first supporting idea is it is famous for the Witten River. The second sentence supports the topic sentence. But then there is another sentence which tells us that the writer went there and had a picnic and it was wonderful. This doesn't describe the Wheaton River, instead, it describes the experience of the writer. Let's continue. Also, there is a hill called Wheaton River on the other side of the town. It is unusual because it is very steep. The sentence starting with also is the second supporting sentence of the paragraph. And then comes an explanation. It is unusual because it is very steep. When we look at this bold sentence, the writer says, I like unusual things. This sentence doesn't describe how amazing the Wheaton River, but instead it talks about the preferences of the writer. The third amazing feature is the big old tree. This tree stands 200 feet tall and it is probably about 600 years old. This big old tree is an amazing feature of the Wheaton town. Why? Because it is probably 600 years old and it is very tall. Then we see this bold sentence and it tells us about an old tree in the writer's garden. It is 60 years old and the writer's grandfather planted it when he was very young. This sentence doesn't describe the big old tree in the supporting sentence, but instead it describes the experience of the writer. Therefore, we should remove these sentences from our paragraph to have unity. Now it looks better. While we are writing a paragraph, there is another thing that we must be very careful about. There must be a relationship between different parts of a sentence or between one sentence and another. We call this coherence. For this, we use linkers. Read the following paragraphs and try to find which one has coherence. The correct answer is the first paragraph. The first paragraph doesn't have coherence. Why? Because as readers, we cannot see the relationship between the sentences. They are not connected with linkers. However, the second paragraph, we can see the linkers and we can follow the supporting ideas easily. Here is the paragraph, linkers in bold. Can you see the connection better? We can follow that each sentence adds a different supporting idea to the main idea of the topic sentence. In order to improve your writing skill, write as many paragraphs as possible. Then self-check your paragraphs by going over this video.